Hey now, fans of the way, Matt Haywood here from the Star Wars Time Show, and I'm back for another season of the Mandalorian Easter egg videos and who knows what else videos. I say this because we've opted to suspend the recap and review video for shows like this, and instead we'll just focus on doing that during the Star Wars Time Show livestream each week. So tune in for that action if you know what's good for you. So this season I plan to do the Easter eggs and references breakdown for each episode of the Mando, in addition to adding a best moments segment at the end. Sound good? Shit, not like anyone's gonna watch anyways. Alright, so here we go with the eggs and references for the Mandalorian S2E1, aka the Marshal. Up first, we can see all sorts of graffiti, and I swear it's anti-imperial, thanks to the white helmeted looking characters, but also because of this guy, which kinda looks like Vader, or at least a Cylon from the original Battlestar Galactica. One could also argue that this could be 3PO. We then get a cheapo egg in the form of some Gamorrean guards fighting each other instead of getting eaten by Rancors. I'm throwing this next one in here because of the whole Zuvio from TFA running gag. Dude at least sports the same helmet thing, and this same looking dude showed up in Mando S1E3, so he counts as an egg at this point. And we get another cheap egg in the form of a Bantha on Tatooine. I know, lame, but needed. As Mando lands on Tatooine, we get a returning character reference in the form of Peli and her pit droids, characters Mando first met in S1E5. We also learn that R5 isn't just a drunk, and he doesn't just hang out in the old Chalam's Cantina all day, because he now works for Peli. What a journey. He went from being a failed sale to the Lars homestead to becoming just another berated astromech. When Din shows up in Mos Pelgo, he meets a Wee Quay bartender who is probably doing this job thanks to Luke and friends taking out Jabba in Return of the Jedi. One of the cooler eggs in this episode is the reveal of Cobb Vance, a character made canon in the Aftermath novels, but now he's immortalized in live-action canon as well. Oh, he also likes to drink spotchka, Kara's booze of choice. The largest egg in this episode is literally huge, because for the first time we got to see a crate dragon in action. A beast we've only heard stories about from old Ben Kenobi previously. While speeding out to find the dragon, we learn that Cobb Vanth is sporting a modified pod racer engine for his speeder, and I have to say it looks like a large chunk of it is from Anakin's pod racer from The Phantom Menace. During Cobb's flashback, we get mentions of the second Death Star explosion at what went down on Tatooine immediately after. Also during his flashback, we get another Camtono full of precious materials, which also happens to be Easter eggs themselves as they're silicax crystals which were introduced in the Aftermath novels. Cobb needed to trade the crystals with Jawas, so they provided our next egg in the form of CZ3's head, the creepy looking droid from A New Hope Sandcrawler, which also leads me to believe that these are the same Jawas who peddled 3PO and R2 to Luke and Owen back in A New Hope. Alright, this next reference is a bit loosey-goosey, but I'm running with it because I don't think we've ever seen what it looks like to target things through a Mando's targeting reticle. So I thought Cobb's showdown was unique. Plus, we got to see him use the rocket launcher, which reminded me of Jango's fight with Kenobi from AOTC. En route to the dragon, the two dudes run into some massiffs, which are dog-like creatures that live with Tuskens, and I believe they first appeared in AOTC. Speaking of which, we also get to see a Tusken camp, another thing we haven't seen since Anakin's rampage moment. While we are riffing on the Sand People, I also wanted to highlight how we get to see them travel in single file to hide their numbers, a lesson we all learned from old Ben many years ago. When the heroes end up at the Dragon Cave, we learn it's actually an abandoned Sarlacc pit, and it's abandoned because crate dragons can eat them. Nice. Din gives us a Dune Sea mention while recruiting the Mos Pelgo citizens to help them kill the dragon, a nod to an iconic location first mentioned in A New Hope. After Din realizes that the dragon is retreating, he says "Dank Ferric," which is Star Wars slang used by Mithril in S1E1 after he and Mando survived the ice monster attack. Alright, this next one I do believe is an homage to Boba Fett's jetpack mishap in ROTJ, because Din essentially mimics what Han did to quick-fire Boba's jetpack to Cobb to get him out of harm's way before he became a living Mando grenade. I even think the sound effects were similar. While Tuskens are carving up the dragon, one pulls out a big-ass white ball, which is a highly coveted Krayt Dragon Pearl, an item first discussed, I believe, in the KOTOR video game. And finally, the biggest egg of the episode had to be Tatooine's twin sons. No, really. It was the maskless Boba Fett reveal. Yep, that's definitely him, so now we know for sure he survived and has been milling around on Tatooine for a few years living like a nomad. I think it's safe to say that he was indeed the mystery character from the end of S1E5 now, and his black garb does match the threads we saw standing over Fennec's corpse. Phew, what a loaded episode, but now for my top moments. I really enjoyed Mando's Outnumbered fight with Gore's goons. Everything from the line about letting Gore live when he's clearly outnumbered to his headbutt punch block really helped to get us right back into Din's world and how badass he is. It was also nice to see Peli again, so I appreciated revisiting past characters like this. It just helps to make the world of Mando feel more connected and almost intimate, and besides, her line about buying the kid was pretty great too. I found that John and team did a great job with the Cobb Vance reveal in general. Everything from his contentious first meeting with Din to his little backstory vignette was really well done. I think his story was summed up perfectly for a canon book character that casual fans would have no previous knowledge on, and he worked really well in The Mandalorian. Hopefully we do see him again. The whole Krayt Dragon reveal scene was pretty awesome too, so it was just neat to finally see this beast in the flesh and eating shit. Okay, time for the guaranteed at least one child best moment in each episode, and this time it came when we found him hiding in a spittoon after the Krayt Dragon attack. Montage scenes are usually forgettable, but the Sand People / Most Pelgo resident one was actually pretty unique because it's not like we've ever seen Sand People in this capacity before, so it was a neat Star Wars moment like I said. How could I not mention the actual Krayt Dragon battle? That was one hell of a fight, and it featured some awesome action moments. But I have to say, my favorite aspect was seeing Din and Cobb jetpack off together, and of course Din's boss move of letting himself get eaten so he could plant a bantha bomb in the dragon's gut. What a pimp. I really enjoyed Cobb and Din together, so I appreciated their mutual respect for each other at the end, and hopefully their goodbye won't be their last. I would like to see these two reunite again this season or beyond. And the final top moment was the big doozy of the episode, and that was the reveal of Nomad Boba Fett. At one point in time, the idea of Fett returning to this series made me itchy. But over time, his potential to add great narratives to The Mandalorian have convinced me that he can be used in a solid way to give us more Boba canon, but also to bolster the legend of our hero Din. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subbing to our YouTube channel. We'd also love for you to join in with our weekly Star Wars podcast, so use the links in this video's description or head to StarWarsTime.net to subscribe to the platform of your choice. There's always time for Star Wars time, and remember, if you listen to the Star Wars Time Show, the Force will be with you, always.